أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my brothers and sisters. Today we're going to be reading the tafseer of surat duha. We're going to be reading from tafseer ibn Kathir. This is chapter 93. This surat was revealed in Mecca. Bismillah. By the forenoon and by the night when it darkens, your Lord has neither forsaken you nor hates you, and indeed the hereafter is better for you than the present. And verily your Lord will give you so that you shall be well pleased. Did he not find you an orphan and gave you a refuge? And he found you unaware and guided you. And he found you poor and made you rich. Therefore treat not the orphan with oppression, and repulse not the one who asks, and proclaim the grace of your Lord. Imam Ahmad recorded from Jundub that he said, the Prophet became ill, so he did not stand for prayer for a night or two. Then a woman came and said, O Muhammad, I think that your devil has finally left you. So Allah revealed, by the forenoon and by the night when it darkens, your Lord has neither forsaken you nor hates you. Therefore the Messenger of Allah was affected by this. Then the other letters began to say, his Lord has abandoned him and hated him. So Allah revealed, your Lord has neither forsaken you nor hates you. In this Allah is swearing by the forenoon and the light that he has placed in it, by the night when it darkens, meaning it settles darkness, darkens and overcomes them. This is clear proof of the power of the creator of this light and that darkness. By the night as it envelops, by the day as it appears. Allah also says, the cleaver of the daybreak, he has appointed the night for resting and the sun and the moon for reckoning. Such is the measuring of the Almighty, the All-Knowing. Allah then says, your Lord has neither forsaken you, meaning he has not abandoned you, nor hates you, meaning he does not hate you. And indeed the hereafter is better for you than the present, meaning the abode of the hereafter is better for you than this current abode. For this reason the Messenger of Allah used to be the most abstinent of the people concerning the worldly things, and he was the greatest of them in his disregard for worldly matters. This is well known by necessity from his biography. And the Prophet was given that choice at the end of his life between remaining in this life forever and going to paradise or moving on to the company of Allah. He chose that which is with Allah over this lowly world. Imam Ahmad recorded that Abdullah bin Mas'ud said, the Messenger of Allah was lying down on a straw mat and it left marks on his side. Then he woke up, he began to rub his side. So I said, O Messenger of Allah, will you allow us to spread something soft over this straw mat? He replied, I have nothing to do with this world. The parable of me in this world is like a rider who rests in the shade of a tree, then he passes on and leaves it. Then Allah says, and verily your Lord will give you so that you shall be well pleased. Meaning in the final abode Allah will give him until he pleases him concerning his followers, and in that which he has prepared for him from his generosity. From this will be the river of Al-Kawthar, which will have domes of hollowed pearls on its banks, and the mud on its banks will be the strongest fragrance of musk, as will be mentioned. Imam Ammar al-Za'i recorded that Ibn Abbas said, the Messenger of Allah was shown that which his ummah would be blessed with after him, treasure upon treasure, so he was pleased with that. Then Allah revealed, and verily your Lord will give you so that you shall be well pleased. So Allah will give him in paradise 1,000,000 palaces, and each palace will contain whatever he wishes. This was recorded by Ibn Jarir and Ibn Abi Hatim from his route of transmission. Enumerating his favors upon his messenger, Muhammad Allah says, did he not find you an orphan and give you refuge? This refers to the fact that his father died while his mother was still pregnant with him. His mother, Amina bint Wahb, died when he was only 6 years old. After this he was under the guardianship of his grandfather until he died when Muhammad was 8 years old. Then his uncle took responsibility for him and continued to protect him, assist him, elevate his status, honor him, and even restrain his people from harming him when he was 40 years of age. And Allah commissioned him with the prophethood. Even with this, Abu Talib continued to follow the religious people, worshipping idols. All of this took place by the divine decree of Allah, and His decree is most excellent, until Abu Talib died a short time before Hijrah. After this, the foolish and ignorant people of the Quraysh began to attack him, so Allah chose him to migrate away from them to the city of Al-Aws and Al-Khazraj, among those who helped him in Al-Madinah. Allah caused this sunnah to be spread in the most perfect and complete manner. Then when he arrived at the city, they gave him shelter, supported him, defended him, and fought before him against the enemies of Islam. May Allah be pleased with all of them. All of this is from Allah's protection for him, guarding over him and caring for him. Then Allah says, He found you unaware and guided you. This Sunnah is saying, and thus we have sent you a ruh from our command, and you knew not what is the book nor what is faith. But we have made it a light wherewith we guide whosoever of our service we will. Allah says, and He found you poor and made you rich. Meaning you are poor having dependents, so Allah made you wealthy and independent of all others besides Him. Thus Allah combined from the two positions, the one who is poor and patient, and the one who is wealthy and thankful. In the two Sahihs, it has been recorded from Abu Hurairah that the Messenger of Allah said, wealth is not determined by abundance of possessions, but wealth is the richness of the soul. Whoever accepts Islam is provided with his basic needs, and Allah makes him content with what He has given him. Then he will be successful. Then Allah says, therefore treat not the orphan with oppression, meaning, just as you are an orphan and Allah sheltered you, then do not oppress the orphan. Be like a merciful father to the orphan, and repulse not the one who asks, meaning, just as you are astray and Allah guided you, do not scorn the one who asks for knowledge, seeking to be guided. And repulse not the one who asks. This means, do not be oppressive, arrogant, wicked, or mean to the weak among Allah's servants. Allah said, this means respond to the poor with mercy and gentleness, and proclaim the grace of your Lord. Meaning, just as you are poor and needy, and Allah made you wealthy, then tell about Allah's favors upon you. Abu Dawud recorded from Abu Hurairah that the Prophet said, whoever is not thankful to the people, then he is not thankful to Allah. At-Tirmidhi also recorded this hadith, and he said, Sahih. Abu Dawud recorded from Jabir that the Prophet said, whoever overcomes some test and mentions it, then he is indeed thankful, and whoever conceals it, then indeed he is ungrateful. Abu Dawud was alone recording this hadith. This is the end of the tafseer of surat duha, and unto Allah is to do all praise and thanks. Alhamdulillah, inshallah you gained as much benefit from this tafseer as I did. Ma'asalam, my brothers and sisters.